if you want to do well in this world, there is one thing that you need to understand. Not a tip, not a strategy. One thing. And once you see it, you will never, ever again be surprised by another person in this world. But I am not going to hand it to you yet. I want you to sit with the tension for a moment, because most people never even get this far. The same human patterns over and over again. That exposure taught me something. There is always a common thread. People want to be seen in a certain way. They want their roles. And once a mind has settled into a role, everything that person does afterwards is built to protect that. Now, before I go any further, while most relationship advice tells you how the other person is doing wrong to you, I prefer to show you how to take the driver's seat in creating only the best relationships, regardless of what anyone else chooses to do. Because that is how I do my magic. It doesn't matter who the person is. Once you understand, you will have the relationship that you want to have. Once you understand, you can never ever again depend on what another person chooses to do. This is a skill. It is not just luck or by chance. It is a skill that is worth learning. People try to do it by being demanding, stubborn, everything, standing on their boundaries. People try everything, but that is not how it works. It is an embodiment, something that if you were never taught, I'll teach you. And it is magical. And the best part, it does not involve stress. And in fact, the people that you're dealing with, they will love it. They will even love it. It is a skill that you decide to put into practice. And I can show you how to do it just like that. And so I want you to treat this video and every video in this series as a requirement before you walk into another relationship. And even if you're already in one, the facts still remain the same, no matter your phase. Here is what most people get wrong. They walk into every relationship expecting sincerity to be the default setting because they themselves are sincere. I know. We expect people to simply be who they say they are because that is what we do. And when someone eventually shows a different face, the shock isn't really shock. It's denial, wearing shock's clothes. Because the truth was always visible long before the damage was done. People just refuse to look at what is actually in front of them. Now, lesson number 1. Galatians 6:7 says it plainly. Do not be deceived. God is not mocked. For whatever a man sows, that shall he also reap. People assume this applies to money or reputation or career. It applies just as precisely to relationships. Indeed, If you keep sowing blind hope into a role that has already revealed itself, don't be shocked by the harvest. The harvest always matches the seed. Always. You've got to remember that a person shows you who they are. And it is us who decide. I've seen that. But this is what love is about. I choose to trust. You choose to trust. It's your choice. That is what we do as human beings. And this is why the people closest to you are usually the ones who blindside you the hardest. Not strangers, not enemies, because those ones you can see coming. The people inside the circle. Stay with me. I am about to show you exactly how one man solved this problem for good. In the world of the Godfather, the Corleone family operated on one unspoken law. Everyone inside the family had a function, a part to play. Loyalty wasn't a feeling in that house. It was a role that you either occupied faithfully or you didn't occupy at all. Vito understood this instinctively. He never confused affection with function. He loved his sons quite all right, and he still constantly evaluated what role each one was actually playing inside the family. And that is the discipline that most people never develop with the people that they love. And now you're going to say to yourself, but that is a movie. In real life, people love who they love. It is unconditional love. But my friend, that is where you are wrong. Because I am a real person and I live in this real world. And I love people. I've got people that I love. Family, friends, otherwise. But the fact that I love them does not change the capacity that they have for every role that they play. I cannot. No matter how much I love my mother, no matter how much I love my father, I can never decide that if I need to do any kind of procedure, I am not going to give it to my mother or my father because I love them. I have to check their capacity. You always have to check capacity, my friend. You can love, but there is reality knocking at your door with an invoice that you cannot escape. You can love, but you must pay reality when the bills are due. You think I'm gonna pay for you? If you want to choose to listen to the fools who say love makes you do crazy things, that's alright. Just make sure that you can afford the crazy bills when they come. Because that's when you find out how bad your mathematics and calculation skills really are. So here is the one thing that I mentioned before earlier. Here it is. The world is all about role play. Every relationship you will ever be in is two people playing roles. That is all it is. Not two hearts colliding in the way that movies sell you. It is two people playing roles with their two hearts deciding where they stand. The hearts, they're always involved. But you've got to also understand their hearts are standing somewhere, not in limbo. They are involved in this relationship. So we have to be aware where those hearts are standing. The only job that really matters is to correctly decipher your role and the role of the person across from you. You must never look at the relationship as what you want it to be, or what you hope that it becomes, or the title that somebody is bearing. They can bear mother, husband, father, brother. They can bear anything. You must testify that titles mean nothing. What really matters is the role that the person is playing. So you've got to look at it for what it actually is. Two people playing roles, and then go check honestly what role is actually being. Watch what happens when someone actually lives by this. Because this is where it gets uncomfortable. I'm not saying that it is easy, but it doesn't have to be easy. You don't have a choice. You're living in this world, and this is what it is. Michael Corleone eventually had to turn the same lens on his own brother Fredo, and here is what happened. Because Michael understood that everything comes down to rules, he did what most people are too afraid to do. That is, people like you, maybe you're too afraid to do. He verified. He didn't hope. He checked deliberately whether Fredo's role was that of a brother or that of an enemy. And when the answer came back, and it wasn't the answer that he wanted, alas, his brother was playing the role of an enemy. But at the same time, he was playing the role of a brother. So what did he do? He weighed both roles side by side, and he saw clearly that one of them would destroy the family if left unaddressed. And so he cast his brother into the role that would do the highest good. He had him removed. Because Michael understood something most people never learn. You cannot afford to have two traitors in one relationship. If the boat is sinking, some people worry about rocking a sinking boat. And yet, the one who is going to cause the boat to sink must be thrown overboard, because why is he doing that? Now he's putting them in danger. And this is the trap that most people fall into. Someone shows you clearly that your trust is not safe with them. And instead of believing what you were shown, you take your own heart and you tie it up and you package it carefully. And then you take it and you hand it over to them, because now you say to yourself, I want to conduct my own test, because just perhaps the result would be different. People will tell you this is because they love the person too much. But I am telling you now, that is not love. That is an excuse labeled as devotion, so that you can call yourself either a martyr or a victim. You don't even understand. Inwardly, you are trying to really earn your title of martyr. And those of us who choose not to do so, do you think that we don't know that we have that choice? We do. But we just say, get thee behind me, Satan. Say, get thee behind me, Satan. Now let me tell you why I know this so intimately. Years ago, something happened inside my own family, and I ended up living with several other families. Not one, not two, not three, not even four. And it wasn't even in one city. Different cities. I lived in different cities with different families. Okay? Different households. Very unusual exposure. More households, more dynamics, more versions of what people call family than most people that I know ever witnessed in one lifetime. You watching me now. How many of you watching right now have lived as more than one family? You're one family. How many of you understand firsthand what it means to watch different people in different homes play out the same human patterns over and over again? That exposure taught me something that no book could have. There is always a common thread. This is what I have found out. People want to be seen in a certain way. They want their roles. And once a mind has settled into a role, everything that person does afterwards is built to protect that role. So you don't have to rely on my word. You don't have to take my word, because even me, I decided to stop relying on my word. I decided instead of just watching my own observations, I decided to go and enroll in a course on how the brain works for relationships. Because of my experience of being with so many different circumstances, families, and homes, I had so many experiences that it was a big deal for me to understand human behavior. And what I found out just in the overview of that course that I went to enroll in, it blew my mind. I will share with you in a video later. It is all about neural pathways. Once a mind has settled into a role, everything that person does afterwards is built to protect that role. They are no longer just a name to themselves. They are no longer just the title. They are no longer Uzo or mother or sister. They are the role that their mind has taken on, and they stay loyal to that role, sometimes at the expense of the people around them and even at their own expense. You will hear me say many times that people do not know themselves. I don't say that for no reason. It is this that I am referring to. That is why you see people take decisions that hurt them, and you're wondering, why would you do this? Because this is hurtful for yourself even. This is exactly why somebody will keep handing their heart to a person who has already shown them the truth. Because everyone involved, including the one receiving the heart, is more loyal to the role than to reality. Out of every family that I observed, the only ones who survived their relationships with peace were the ones who understood this early. Galatians 6:7 says it plainly. Do not be deceived. God is not mocked. For whatever a man sows, that shall he also reap. People assume this applies to money or reputation or career. If you keep sowing blind hope into a role that has already revealed itself, don't be shocked by the harvest. The harvest always matches the seed. Always. It applies just as precisely to relationships. Indeed. But people are going to say, after all I did for him, after all I did for her, it does not matter, my friend. What did you sow? The seed that you sowed is the harvest that you're going to reap. That is why I tell you that these laws, these principles, they apply no matter what you do. They are not going to be respecter of sentiments. It does not matter what your sentiments are. What did you sow? What did you sow? And then you will tell me, but you sowed kindness, you sowed love. I'm going to teach you that other lesson another day. You'll see how that plays out. And I will never tell you to not sow love, but I'll show you how that is interpreted. So, Proverbs 27:6 says, faithful are the wounds of a friend, but deceitful are the kisses of an enemy. The people who show you the truth about your role, even when it hurts to see it, are doing you a favor. They are doing you a favor. I always say thank you to people. I say thank you to people. Sometimes when somebody has hurt me, the other person who knows about it will say, so that person, you must be feeling very bad. And I say, but I am thankful because they gave me a gift. And people don't understand when I say that. Now you can understand it. Type that verse in the comments now. The verse that I just quoted to you. Because if they don't show you, then you can fall into a pit full of snakes. But once you show me who you are, I understand who you are. So to me, instead of feeling like a victim, oh, they did me bad, no, I feel like you gave me a gift. You gave me a gift, and I'm so thankful. Do you understand me? Now, I have a vision to share this understanding with at least 1 million people in this world, so that they too can escape the misery and heartache of selling themselves short in relationships. Not just to escape the misery, but to actually enjoy the best that relationships have to offer in this life. And I know that you will be one of them. And if you want to go deeper than any single video can take you, if you want private coaching with me directly, take the link that is in the description box below. And even if you don't want coaching, that same link will get you into some free help that you can be using daily for your life. I want you to be one of the 1 million, okay? So, whatever phase of relationship you're in right now, remember, whether you're single, deciding you're already committed, whatever it is, the facts do not change. What I teach you here, apply all the time in your relationships, and you will be good. Now, in my next video, I am going to show you exactly why being good is the very reason people don't take you seriously, and what to do instead. You're going to misunderstand this if you don't watch it. That's not, you have to watch it. Okay? Now, if this reframed even one relationship in your mind, if this video reframed even one relationship in your mind, like this video, share it with someone who needs to hear it, and tell me in the comments, what role have you been refusing to see clearly? And I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.